I don't know what it is, the algorithm, or it's just everybody, it seems like. But anything and everything that you see is somebody on here talking about quitting your 9 to 5 and quitting your job, going to work, going to do something else, or living your best life, all of this, whatever shit. Listen, this might be breaking news, but it probably isn't. Like, just get over it. You have to work. You have to work probably for the rest of your life. And if you don't want to work and you think that you're just going to retire at a certain age and then you're going to be able to relax or something, it really is not going to be a good option for you or for anybody, because the thing is that our mind and our body is just made to work, to be active, to do things, to keep like progressing, to constantly keep doing things. It is just the way that we're made, and you can't do anything about it. Otherwise, your mind slowly starts to rot, and you don't physically die before you're supposed to, but you mentally, like, just part of you just dies off if you stop working and stop doing things, stop progressing in your life, and you just think that you're gonna, like, you're not gonna work, you're just gonna sit around and do nothing. Like, that does not exist for anybody. It doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't exist for anybody. And all the people actually that have a lot of money work a lot. Those people, I don't want you to think about the people that have a lot of money that you see on TV, but there's a lot of people that are just probably in your neighborhood, people that we've never heard about, that have a lot of money, and they work an extreme amount of time. They don't sit. You may think that they're having some sort of like leisure life, but they're not. They're just living life at a different point than you are, but they're still working and they're still doing things. They just might be doing and working on different things that may seem easier to you, but everybody has their own version of hard, and nothing is necessarily easy for anybody. Things just get easier for people in their timeline and in their life because they go through things and they grow through that situation, and then the next time that it happens, like, those things just get easier. But your actual work and the things that you do in your life don't necessarily become easier. They just, you get better at facing the challenges, but the challenges keep coming onto you. Like, you're gonna keep facing challenges no matter what. So even if you think that you're just gonna stop working or not have to do something, like, that doesn't exist. That reality of where you don't do anything, you just sit around and you leisure, and you're gonna go and be on vacation for the rest of your life now, that sadly doesn't exist. And any video that you watch is like really dumb at this point, where people are like, quit your 9 to 5, quit your job, go start a side hustle. Look how much money I made. I made $1 million, all from, figuring out on using AI to make a app for me that sells X, Y, and Z. Like, it doesn't exist that a person just goes and sits and only works like 2 to 3, 4 hours. They are constantly working on their thing. Like, in my example, I write a newsletter, I write all of these things, and I don't have a specific timeline of when I write or when I record videos, but it's kind of more of like a constant thing. Like, if I get an idea for something, I have to go write it and I have to go do it. I don't have a specific like 9 to 5 or like 8 to 4 time that I work, but I just work on it whenever I want. And sometimes it like sucks because I'll be out somewhere and I'll be doing something that I actually want to do and want to be away from work, but I'll get an idea and then I have to write it down on my phone, or I want to record it. So it's like you're constantly going to be working in some sort of way. And if you're not doing physical work, like, your body starts to deteriorate slowly and you can instantly feel it. Like, I can feel it if I don't exercise for a few weeks and I start moving around, I start doing things, I can instantly feel that. And that is like your body is just made to move Your body is made to do work. Your mind is made to create things, to constantly keep like, you know, pushing new challenges to you. And so there is like, it just doesn't exist where you're gonna sit and do nothing and live some sort of leisure life. Don't ever think that you're gonna get to a point where that's gonna happen. What you should be looking forward to is actually figuring out, you know, what kind of job do you actually want to do for this period of time. There is no job or something that you could do for the rest of your life, because you never know where life is going to take you. You don't, you know, like I may be doing this right now, writing and recording videos, but who's to say in 10 years I get another idea and I want to build furniture or something else. You know, I may have to just change to that and do it because I'll get tired of doing this. That was, I think the mosquito that got me. I may get tired of doing this. So it's like not necessarily tired of doing it. It's just that you get into the next phase of life. You get into this like next phase of life where you have to do the next thing. You know, when you become older and you have money and you start to think like, I always wanted this bike as a kid and now I can finally afford to buy it, I'm gonna go buy it. And then you go and you buy this bike and then you sit on it and you start to ride it and you're like, I just don't get the same feeling that I probably would have if I was like younger, you know, because you just didn't have it at that time. So everything has its like phase, everything gets old to you because you as a person are meant to develop, you're meant to grow, you're meant to keep going through life, you're meant to keep changing, and as you keep changing, the things around you keep changing as well. And you don't stay stuck at a certain point. You continue to grow in life. So just don't think about this phase of like where you're going to get to a point and you're not going to have a job, or you're going to be like just hanging around or wait for your retirement to kick in and then you're going to be able to enjoy life. Like that doesn't exist. You know, what you should be looking forward to is just trying to figure out like what kind of job do you want to do right now at this moment. Like it doesn't mean that you have to go quit your job and become a content creator or go do a side hustle or go start your own business. Like there's a lot of people that just don't want to start their own business. They're absolutely fine with working a 9 to 5 job. They enjoy the schedule. They enjoy, you know, having that like stability, the job security, all those things. Yeah, it's perfectly normal. You just have to go find the job that is going to suit you, that you can do, that you like to do. And even if it's at a company where you don't get along with people or you don't like something or whatever the case may be, you can still continue to do that like field, but you can go and find a different company. Like there are so many opportunities and things in this world that we don't know until we actually start exploring them. We don't know the opportunities until we start looking for them. And that's why the people that like go and do things in their life, things come to them very easily and they attract things like law of attraction. They attract those things much easier. It's not that they attracted them, it's just that they actually went and looked for them and they actually did it. Like they took the action. They just went out and did it. Like you don't attract a new job. You don't attract a partner. You just go and do the thing that requires you to like find a new job. You go fill out a resume, you make it better, you go study that field, and you go and apply at those companies. And you do it like no matter what. You do the thing no matter what it takes. And then you just get the job. Like it may, obviously it sounds easier than done, but that's the process. It's not, you're not going to attract the job or the person that you like or the partner that you've been waiting for your whole life. You're not going to attract them. You're going to just find them by doing the action, by doing the thing. Like that's how life works. When you go somewhere, like you don't attract, you know, better opportunities. You have to go and find those better opportunities, and then they come to you because you're looking for them. It's how a person does anything that they want in this world. It's how they found gold. The person that kept wanting to find the gold just kept digging and digging. The person that did not want to find it and didn't attract it stopped digging and went to go dig somewhere else. But the person that was like, I'm going to find it no matter what, just kept digging. And then at the end of it, it's like you attract, like, you know, that person attracted their wealth. It's they didn't necessarily attract it. They just went out and did it, and they kept doing it, and they never gave up, and then they got it. And that's it. And that's the way that everything works in our world. You just have to go out and do it, and it may not happen overnight. It's going to happen over time, but you eventually just get to the point where you do accomplish it, where you do get to that like point. And then after that, you go on to the next thing, and you go on to the next thing. That's all life is. So there's never going to be a point where you're just like sit down and you relax and you're like, finally, there's nothing to do. Like, there is never going to be a time where there is nothing to do. I can almost guarantee you that. Like, there, and especially in my life, there's certain that does not exist. There's not a point where I just sit down and I'm like, oh, finally, there's nothing to do. Like, there isn't nothing to do if I don't do it, but there's like a million things going on in my head of things that I do have to do. But yeah, if I just sat down and didn't do it, then yeah, there's nothing to do. But there is in reality a million different things that I have to do, a million different things that I need to do in order to just survive. Like, you have to go to work, you have to get food, you have to eat, you have to uh, bathe yourself, you have to keep yourself clean, you have to do like a million different things just to survive as a human being. So, like, of course, there's always going to be something to do. There's always going to be a job. There's always going to be room for improvement, room for growth. It all just depends on you. And if you have that mentality and that mindset where you're not actually looking for the easy way out, you're not looking for, like, I just want to quit this thing and stop doing it. You're actually looking to improve it or do something better, then the opportunity is really in your hands, and you can do anything that you want if you have this mindset of like, I'm just going to go do it, as opposed to like quitting or thinking about like the easy way out or anything like that. Like, sure, you can make plenty of different businesses that will probably work, but you're still going to need to work. You're going to need to do and put in the work to make that successful. And there are like millions and millions of books on this. There's millions of stories about this on YouTube. People have written about this millions of times. But the reason that the marketing works so well on the, like, quit your 9 to 5, quit your job, and do a side hustle, do this and do that, is because like the marketing has been engraved into us. Like, those things have been implanted in our mind to constantly work, because we have this like shiny, it's called like the shiny object syndrome, where we are attracted to, when we see a shiny object, that thing to us, like quit your job and you have $1 million and do a side hustle. That's like a shiny, object syndrome, where it's like the get rich quick scheme. We want to get rich, like everybody wants that, but it's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen that quickly. You have to continuously work on it. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.